the night of the Grand Racing Awards. Kaito Yamada stood bathed in glory, hoisting the championship trophy high. But as the applause thundered, a single figure detached from the shadows.
You look comfortable up there, brother. Was it worth it?
A wave of gasps swept through the audience. Who dared disrupt the ceremony?
That voice. It's impossible. You are supposed to be dead.
7 years earlier, two identical teens in a garage, one dream, and a bond that would shatter. Ren was the prodigy, moments from signing a contract that would launch his racing career.
Why does he get the chance? I am just as fast, better even.
I've waited 7 years for this. Everything you have, I am taking back.
The figure melted back into the shadows, leaving chaos in his wake. It started with a crash that shattered more than metal. Rain blurred the track, and Ren never saw the wall coming. He woke in a sterile hospital bed, tubes in his arms, a doctor shaking his head.
I can't feel my hand. They said I might never race again.
Kaito Yamada signs record-breaking racing deal. The future of motorsports has a new face.
He stole my name, my career. My own twin erased me from existence.
A deep scar carved across his left wrist became the permanent mark of his loss. 7 years passed. In a dim gym, Ren rebuilt himself, not for healing, but for destruction.
Every drop of sweat is a promise. I will make him pay. He has a fiancée now. Perfect. She'll be the first thing I take.
Ren studied the photo like a predator sizing up its prey. The game was about to begin. The charity gala shimmered with champagne flutes and forced smiles. Yuki drifted alone, her laughter hollow. A man in a dark suit and glasses cut through the crowd. Only his eyes burned with intent.
There she is, lonely in a sea of glitter. Perfect. You are Yuki, right? Kaito's fiancée. I've followed his career for years.
And you are? Another reporter sneaking in for a story?
Just someone who noticed you standing alone while he's off chasing another win. That's not right.
How does he know that? He's right. Kaito missed the last 2 events. You speak as if you know him. Who are you really?
Someone who understands what it's like to be left behind. He's lucky to have you. He shouldn't forget that.
He vanished before she could press further, a ghost stealing her certainty. Kaito's racing headquarters hummed with activity. Victory had made them complacent, but at midnight, a shadow moved where no shadow should be. Ren crept past the laser grid without a sound.
A fraction of a turn on this bolt, and his steering will fail at the worst moment.
The next morning, team manager Koji drilled the crew with his usual bark, never noticing the monster lurking in the machine. On lap 12, chaos erupted. The rear tire blew and the steering locked, sending the car into a death skid.
No control. This can't be happening. Not now. Not like this.
The crowd's roar turned to horror as metal scraped asphalt, and the car crunched against the barriers.
Someone tampered with my car. I could have died. Find the bastard.
Fascinating. Koji's hands were shaking. What does he know?
Ren stared at the screen, the fire reflecting in his cold eyes. Phase 1 was complete. 3 days after the crash, Ren's burner phone buzzed. Yuki had sent him a message.
So the fish took the bait. Now to reel her in.
They met in a quiet cafe, steam curling from untouched cups. Yuki looked drained.
Kaito's been impossible since the accident. He won't talk to me. He just rages.
Stress can reveal a person's true self. You deserve someone who values you even in hard times.
Why does a stranger understand me better than my own fiancé? Why do you care so much about a stranger's life? I still don't know your name.
Names can be a cage. What matters is that I listen. You've been isolated too long.
Her phone shattered the moment. Kaito's face flashed on the screen. The world intruded. Yuki silenced the call without a second thought. For the first time in weeks, she smiled. Across the street, Kaito watched his fiancée laugh with a stranger. His hands crushed the steering wheel.
Who is that bastard? She ignores my calls but runs to him.
He stormed into the garage, shoving a mechanic aside. The room froze under his glare.
You let someone near my car. Who paid you off? Was it that reporter?
Koji's face drained of color. That voice, that rage, it echoed a buried nightmare.
That scar on the man Yuki met. It can't be. Ren survived?
7 years ago, Koji hid behind a locker and watched Kaito don Ren's racing suit. Kaito signed the deal in his brother's name. The twins were identical. No one doubted. Koji kept silent, swallowing his guilt while Kaito's star rose on stolen glory.
You'll keep your mouth shut, old man. If you even whisper, I'll crush you.
Late that night, Ren's fingers flew across the keyboard, cracking Kaito's encrypted financials wide open.
Hidden debts worth millions. Kaito borrowed against every asset. One leak and his sponsors will flee.
An anonymous email, a dozen encrypted files. By dawn, every major sponsor had the evidence.
Let the vultures circle. When they're done, he'll have nothing left to fight with.
Within hours, sponsor logos were scrubbed from Kaito's car. Calls went unanswered.
First, the crash. Now this. It's a coordinated attack. Someone is destroying me.
Kaito, please talk to me. I am here for you. We can fix this together.
You can't fix this. You are just another weight dragging me down. Get out.
He's never spoken to me like that before. I don't recognize this man.
Kaito's empire crumbled piece by piece, and the man holding the sledgehammer smiled in the shadows. They walked the river path, the sunset casting long shadows. Yuki's heart was heavy with questions.
You always deflect when I ask who you are. You know Kaito's pain, but why? What's your name?
Ren's hand faltered, sending his wallet into the grass. A worn photo spilled out.
This photo, 2 boys, Kaito's smile. And the other, the scar on his wrist matches this man. You are his twin, the brother who vanished. You've been manipulating me this entire time.
I am the real Ren Yamada. The crash, the stolen career, the years alone. He took it all.
The sound of her slap echoed across the water.
The crash. Did you cause it? Are you the one hurting him now? I need the truth.
I did nothing but survive. He orchestrated it all. My accident, my erasure. Every shred of his success is built on my grave.
7 years of lies. Kaito, the man I loved, did this. How can I ever trust anyone again?
The door slammed open. Kaito stood frozen, his face contorting from shock to pure rage as he took in the scene.
You, after everything, you dare touch my life again? Get away from her?
Your life, everything you have was mine until you stole it. I am just reclaiming what's mine.
You think you can walk back from the dead and ruin me? I'll destroy you like I did back then.
Stop it, both of you. This isn't just about revenge. There's been enough pain.
There's one way to settle this. A race winner takes everything. Your name, your career, your future.
You think you can beat me after 7 years? Fine, I'll crush you on the track and prove once and for all who belongs here.
The pact was sealed with a glare. One race, no rules, on the deadliest mountain road.
This is madness. Someone will die. Please, just stop this.
But neither brother listened. The only thing that mattered now was the finish line and the destruction waiting at the end. Under a moonless sky, the mountain road waited. 2 brothers, 1 finish line that would end everything.
Every sleepless night, every scar, it all comes down to this. No room for mercy.
I can't lose them both, but maybe I've already lost one.
The signal flashed. Tires screamed, launching both machines into the dark with murderous intent.
I'll ram him into the cliff on the first curve. He's just a ghost I can kill twice.
You never learn to race clean, brother. That's why you'll lose everything tonight.
They slid through the hairpin door to door, neither giving an inch. Metal shrieked against metal.
Why am I praying for both? Kaito destroyed Ren, and Ren might destroy himself.
I've waited 7 years for this turn. Now feel the patience you tried to steal.
I've crushed everyone in my path. One more ghost won't change a thing.
Kaito feinted right, and then rammed left with murderous precision, aiming straight for his twin's exposed door.
Every time you lose, you resort to cheap tricks. You never change.
Ren sliced right at the final instant. Kaito's own fury betrayed him, the wheel locked, tires smoking.
Not like this. I am the champion. I can't end like this.
The car spun twice before the cliff swallowed the sound with a deafening crunch. Fire bloomed from the wreckage.
For 7 years, I dreamed of watching him burn. So why can't I look away? If I leave him, I become the murderer he always was. Is that the victory I wanted?
Ren slammed the brake. The car had barely stopped before the door flew open.
You don't get to die before you answer for everything. Get out of there.
He charged headlong into the smoke, not knowing if he was chasing salvation or his own destruction. Through the shattered window, Ren saw his twin slumped against the airbag, blood matting his perfect hair.
You don't get the easy way out. Open your eyes and face what you did.
Why is he saving me? I would have left him to burn.
Metal groaned. Ren hauled Kaito clear just as the fuel tank ignited, swallowing the car in a thunderous fireball.
I won. His career, his money, his girl. It's all mine now. So why does it taste like ash?
Finish it. Kill me. You've taken everything else.
Number. Living with the ruins of what you built, that's a punishment worse than death.
Sirens wailed in the distance. Ren turned his back on his brother and walked into the darkness, leaving behind the wreckage of everything he had once loved.
I thought revenge would fill the void, but it's just another scar to carry.
The Yamada name was now his to reclaim, but the man taking it back was a hollow shell of the boy who once dreamed. Days later, Ren sat in the dark of his rented room, the glow of the television, the only light.
The news called it a tragic accident. They praised Kaito's resilience. They don't know the monster he was. I should be laughing. I should feel satisfied, but the silence just presses in.
His knuckles were still raw, but he hadn't touched the bag in days. The fight was over. The scar on his wrist throbbed, a phantom pain whenever he thought of Yuki.
She looked at me like I was the villain. Maybe I am.
He picked up the crumpled photograph, the one that had ruined his cover, and stared at two boys who no longer existed.
I took his everything, but I also took my own. There's nothing left of either of us.
Outside, the neon signs flickered, indifferent. The world moved on, but Ren stood still in the wreckage of his revenge. 7 years of hatred had finally burned out, leaving only ash. In that ash, no new fire would ever catch. A knock shattered the silence. Ren didn't move, but the door creaked open anyway. Yuki stood in the dim light, her eyes red-rimmed.
Kaito's awake. He asked for you. After everything, he wants to see his brother.
He has nothing left to say to me, and neither do I. Go home, Yuki.
Is that it? You wrecked our lives, and now you just hide? I came here to understand. Were any of those moments real?
She's giving me a chance to say it was all a lie. But that would be the real lie. You were never just a pawn. That's what terrifies me. I can't give you back what I took.
Yuki's hand hovered, trembling before she pulled back. The wound between them was still raw.
Then prove you are not the monster you pretended to be. Come with me to the hospital. Not for me. For the boy in that photo.
The photo burned in his vision, not with hatred, but with a painful memory of a brother who once existed before the betrayal.
Fine. But if this is another trap, I won't be the one walking away this time.
The hospital corridor stretched like a colorless tunnel, sterile and cold. Ren's footsteps slowed as they neared the room.
He lost everything, Ren. Maybe even his legs. But he keeps asking for you. Don't make him wait in there alone.
The man on the other side of that door destroyed my life. So why does my chest feel like it's caving in?
The room was dim, monitors blinking in the darkness. Kaito lay swathed in bandages, his perfect facade shattered.
Came to gloat? You won? You took everything. My career, my girl, even my legs. So why am I still breathing?
Because killing you would be a mercy. You are going to rot in that bed and remember every face you betrayed to get there.
Worse than death. Just like he said, he really is stronger than me.
Ren, please. He was a monster, but he's still your twin. Don't you feel anything seeing him like this?
I feel nothing. That's the worst part. All that hate consumed me, and now there's just a hole where my heart used to be.
And with those words, the war ended. Ren turned away from the ruin of his brother, carrying only the weight of his own emptiness. The hospital courtyard was empty, the fountain dry. Ren stood under the cold starlight, the weight of his confession pressing on his chest.
Ren, wait. You can't just walk away again. Not like this. I am leaving this city tomorrow. There's a small town by the sea where no one knows the Yamada name. Come with me.
She's offering me a way out of the wreckage, but I don't even know if I am capable of being human again. Why would you trust me after everything I did? I am not the boy in that photo. I am what Kaito made me.
I don't trust you, but I see you, Ren. The real one. And maybe if we leave this poison behind, we can both find out if there's anything left.
The offer hung in the cold air. Ren felt the scar on his wrist burn, not with pain, but with the terrifying possibility of hope.
If I say yes, I am gambling everything on a future I don't deserve. If I say no, I stay in the ash. Both are terrifying. Then I'll come. Not because I am healed, but because maybe the only way to stop being a ghost is to stop haunting the same grave.
Neither of them smiled as they walked toward the taxi. The road ahead was unlit, but for the first time in 7 years, it wasn't a dead end. The bus terminal hummed with late-night travelers. Ren and Yuki stood before the departures board, their bags at their feet, the Seatown ticket in Ren's hand. Then every screen in the terminal flickered. Kaito's face appeared, the banner beneath reading, "Racing Icon Dead." The world stopped.
No. I left him alive. He was stable. How did this happen?
The news anchor's voice was a blur, but the words "suspected foul play" sliced through the murmur. Ren felt the ticket crumple in his fist.
Of course, they'll blame me. The vengeful brother, the crash, the sabotage, everything points to me. I am not free. I am a target.
Ren, they're saying it wasn't an accident. Someone killed him. They'll look for you. We can't just leave now.
Leaving is the only way. If I stay, they'll lock me up before I can prove I didn't do it. I won't rot for his sins.
But if you run, you'll look guilty. The police, Sato, everyone will hunt you. We'll never have peace.
Peace was a dream I never deserved, but I won't let them take the last shred of me. Get on the bus, or stay here and testify against me later.
Yuki's hand trembled, but she grabbed her bag and followed. The terminal doors hissed shut behind them, sealing the past outside. The bus carried them through the night. By dawn, the sea appeared, a slate-gray mirror under a pale sky. The town slept, indifferent to their arrival. The cheap television showed Koji's confession. Ren Yamada is not a ghost. He's the real heir. But the murder charge still hung over the headline.
My name is clear for the first time in 7 years, but I am still the villain in their story. It doesn't feel like freedom.
At least Koji told the truth. You didn't kill him. Ren, someone else finished what you started. We can't run forever.
The police found traces of a loan shark's threat. Kaito's debts had collected him, yet the world blamed the vengeful twin.
I took his fame, his money, his bride, even his life. I only wanted justice, but now I am just empty.
You saved him once. That's more than he ever gave you. We'll start over. Together, with no more vengeance.
The sea breeze erased the city's stench. They walked the empty shore, two shadows from a world of fire, carrying nothing but each other.
He's gone. I am free. But the boy in that photo died 7 years ago. Only the scar and his memory remain.
The waves erased their footprints. The future was unwritten, but at least the past no longer owned them. Days melted into weeks. Ren found a rhythm, tuning engines in a sun-bleached garage, his scarred hands learning to create instead of destroy.
Every morning I check my phone, waiting for the police. But the only messages are from Yuki, asking if I want coffee.
You still flinch when a car backfires. It will take time, but you are free, Ren. Really free. No one is hunting you.
Free to do what? I don't know who I am without the hate. I am a blank page with a torn corner.
One evening, they sat on the pier, the horizon swallowing the sun. Ren held the old photograph, edges worn from years of clutching anger.
We were kids in this picture. I wonder if that boy would forgive me for what I became.
That boy survived a crash, a betrayal, and 7 years of darkness. He's still in there, Ren. I see him sometimes when you forget to guard yourself.
Maybe she's right. Maybe revenge wasn't the point. Maybe surviving was. And now I have to learn to live.
The photo slipped from his fingers, drifting on the water. He didn't reach for it. Some ghosts were finally ready to rest. The sea took his past, and for the first time in 7 years, Ren didn't fight to hold on to it. A cardboard box arrived at the garage, postmark from the city. Inside, Kaito's racing trophies glinted under a layer of dust.
The spoils of war. They're worth nothing. Just metal shaped by his lies. I don't need them.
You won, Ren. But you don't have to carry his corpse. Give them to the sea.
Ren carried the box to the pier. One by one, the trophies splashed into the gray water, swallowed without ceremony.
The Yamada name belongs to a dead man. I don't want it anymore.
Then shed it. Be just Ren. The name your mother gave you before this whole tragedy began.
Just Ren. I haven't been that person since I was 17. I don't know if he even exists.
He does. I saw him in the garage yesterday, humming while he worked. He's bruised, but he's still there.
The last trophy sank. Ren didn't look back as they walked away from the pier, the Yamada name dissolving with the foam. The revenge was complete. The name was his to bury. Now, a new life had to begin. Seasons turned. The little garage by the sea became known for honest work, not old grudges. Ren's laughter, once foreign, began to surface.
Mornings still start with the reflex to check for danger, but the coffee's good, and Yuki hums off key. It's almost enough.
You are staring at that scar again. It's just a line now, Ren. It doesn't define you anymore.
It's the one thing that still feels real. But maybe I am starting to believe you.
They walked the shore each evening, the routine as constant as the tide. No rivals, no ghosts, just the salt air and the sound of the sea.
The hate is a distant memory now, like a storm that passed. I can't bring it back, even if I wanted to. And maybe I don't.
This is how it should have been from the start. Just us, and a simple life. No Yamada legacy, just Ren and Yuki.
The scar on his wrist no longer throbbed with phantom rage. It was just a seam where he had been torn and mended.
I took his everything, and it cost me my soul. But somehow in this quiet place, I am finding pieces I thought were lost forever.
The sea asked no questions, and in its silence, Ren finally found an answer. Revenge was the path, but forgiveness was the destination. The little garage no longer held echoes of a vengeful past. Now it held tools, laughter, and the smell of fresh coffee.
I never thought I'd find peace in a place like this. The old me would have burned it all down. That man is dead now.
You saved your brother. You buried the name. You let go of the hate. That man was never dead, Ren. He was just waiting for you to find him.
Maybe. But I only started looking because you refused to give up on me. You are the only thing I got right in all this.
They stayed there as the sun climbed higher, hands intertwined not out of passion, but out of the quiet certainty that this was where they belonged.
The scar is still there, but it doesn't burn anymore. It's a map of where I've been, not an open wound.
I think that's the first time you've mentioned the Yamada name without anger. You've taken everything, but you've also reclaimed yourself.
In the end, the ghost of Kaito Yamada faded not because of revenge, but because Ren stopped being a ghost himself. The photograph was gone, the trophies at the bottom of the sea, and the scar had faded to a pale line. All that remained was a man and the woman who saw him. He took his brother's everything, and in the ashes, he finally found his own.